I have so many clients asking, do I buy now or do I wait? Well, I'm Tami Cicerello of the Cicerello team at Remax of Santa Clarita. And please, before I forget, subscribe to this channel. Hit that little icon bell so that you can get notified every time we have something new posted to the channel. Make sure you like it and comment if there's something you want us to cover that we haven't already covered. We'd be happy to do that as well. So just so you know, if you're subscribed to this channel, the stuff you're going to be getting is all about the Santa Clarita Valley. You're going to learn all about the different areas of the Santa Clarita Valley, all about things to do with the kids, go out at night, restaurants, bars, different new businesses that are opening up. You're going to hear all about Santa Clarita Valley. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I have so many clients going, hey, do I buy now or do I wait? Well, yes, the prices have come down. And yes, rates are a little higher than they were a year and a half ago, but they're also lower than they were 6 months ago, 4 months ago. So this is my recommendation. I had so many clients looking a year and a half ago that couldn't get into a home. Or if they did, they paid over, not only over asking price, but also over appraised value and had to bring that cash in. So we had one client, they loved this house and they had lost out on quite a few homes because there was multiple offers. I mean, they weren't wanting to being able to compete with some of these other cash offers and things of that nature. So they ended up paying over the appraised value. So they had to bring in, I think it was $25,000 over the appraised value. And there are stories out there where people brought in a lot more than that. But just for this one situation, these people brought in $25,000. So yes, they did get a rate just over 3%, but they also paid not only their down payment, but an additional $25,000 they had to bring in to put down on the property. So think of it this way. If you get in now, we don't have as much of a competitive market. You don't have to give up appraisal contingencies, and some people even give up inspection contingencies, which I never recommend doing because you have no control over that. People are moving loan contingencies with their offers. So in this market, you're not having to do that. You can actually buy a house, not remove your contingencies, have time to get your inspections done, time to get your appraisal done. You can renegotiate if the property doesn't appraise because you have not removed that appraisal contingency. Yes, the rates are a little higher, but don't forget, we are going into a recession as per the news and everyone's talking. In a recession, historically speaking, rates actually will come down. So if you get into the house you really want and you don't have to settle because you actually were able to get the house you really wanted, you can always refinance and get that rate lowered. Now, yes, I'm not saying, nobody has a crystal ball, so I'm not saying prices they might still come down a little bit. However, think of it this way, their inventory is so low, and with supply and demand, it just doesn't make sense that we're going to have a crash. The market is not going to crash. And yes, the market could come down a little bit more. However, if you get locked in and you get the house you really want and you're able to negotiate to get that house, a lot of times sellers are paying closing costs. I just had a seller pay for my client to get a 2-1 buy down and actually buy down their interest rate, and they're able to get in at a lower rate. Now, if rates come down, they can refinance. So let's just say right now rates are high 5s, low 6s. They're able to get a rate around 4%. So they're going to be at 4% for the next year, and then 5% the year after, and then it goes to today's rates. However, if rates come down to 5%, they can not only refinance and get that lower rate and have it locked in for 30 years. In addition, the money for that 2-1 buy down that, by the way, the seller in this case paid, if there's any money left on the table, like they didn't use that entire, let's just say it was $20,000 and that was a difference of $500 a month. Let's say there's $5,000 left that was not used, they will actually get that back. I know that's confusing, so if you have questions on that, feel free to reach out and give me a call because I'll be happy to go over that with you a little bit more detail. It's kind of hard to do here on a video. So I guess the answer to your question is, my thought is buying now, getting the house you really want. And again, I'm not saying prices won't come down a little bit more, but if you're in a recession and rates come down, you'll be able to refinance. You'll actually get the house you want. You're not going to be having to compete with other people, especially for our FHA and VA buyers. You can actually get into a house, and in a lot of cases, like I said before, have the seller help you with your closing costs. So it actually costs you less to get in. Now let's go back to the other scenario. Yes, they got 3%, but they paid $25,000 over appraised value. So they had to put in their 10% down, let's just say, plus that $25,000. And if the markets come down, that means since they paid $25,000 over appraised value, they've actually just lost that money. So that money is gone. Wouldn't you rather spend a few $100s more per month than have to come up with $25,000 at one lump sum that, since it's over appraised value and prices have come down, down, that money is gone. Now, mind you, they are locked in at a really low rate. They're going to be able to keep that rate for 30 years, and they're still in a great position. I'm not trying to say that they're not. As long as they plan on being that home long term, they're really fortunate because they are locked in at that super low rate. Reality is though, most people stay in their home 5 to 10 years. So I don't know. You guys do the math. Let me know your thoughts. Again, I'm Tami Cicerello with the Cicerello team at RE/MAX of Santa Clarita. If you have any real estate questions, feel free to reach out and give us a call. And don't forget, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, put some comments. I know that there's going to be some controversy about what I just said, so put some comments in. I'd love to hear what you have to say and what your thoughts are. And then also, again, hit that icon bell. You'll hear all about what's going on in Santa Clarita. So feel free, again, reach out and give us a call if you have any real estate questions. Have a great day.